folks, the Filipina P here, and today I'm going to interview random beachgoers and find out just what they expect from the opposite sex when it comes to dating. Are the rules changing? Are people's attitudes evolving? Let's find out. So here's one of the things I want to find out. I saw a recent story about how some women actually expect a man to not only pay for a date, but to also pay for a woman's transportation and even her babysitting fees in order to spend time with her. Check this out.
I have heard of women either expecting, and not just a babysitter for the kids, of women expecting the man, and I've had guy friends tell me this. Women will text them before the date and be like, this is my Zelle, or you can Apple Pay me like for the Uber to get to the restaurant, or for the child care for the night. And guys are like, is this a thing now? Like I'm expected to pay for the transportation or the babysitter.
Well, that sounds ridiculous to me, but let's see what the average person has to say about it. Who should pay for the first date? Is it the man or the woman?
It will be better if it's the man that's paying.
Okay. How much should the first date cost?
Between 40 and more. Yeah. It depends on the budget, but it can be in the park, it can be wherever the people wants to go.
Let's say a guy asks you on a date. Let's say you have a child. Would you send him your Zelle or your Cash App? Like, hey, you have to pay for my Uber and for my babysitter for me to go on a date with you. Would you do that?
No, because it's my responsibility.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you'll cover for your
for my child.
for your babysitter and your Uber.
Yeah.
Okay, for those women who do that, do you think it's right?
Yeah, it's right.
Okay.
It's their choice. They can do that, but for me, I prefer to pay and cover for my Uber and for my child.
How much should a guy make for you to go on a date with him?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter?
It doesn't matter. As long as he's kind and caring, it doesn't matter.
Okay. Would you date someone who's making less than you?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Do you believe that 80% of women only like 20% of men?
Yes.
Why?
Because I'll say that the women are more picky since they choose who they want to go on dates.
Skip.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. So what should the rest of the guys do? What do you think? If only
Go talk in person.
Go talk in person.
Yeah.
If they can't get lots of messages online, where should they go to meet women?
In church.
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 What do you think men don't understand when they're dating a woman?
I'll say their emotion. We're different. We express our feeling, and the way they express their feeling, it's completely different.
What about physical attributes? What are your 3 physical attributes, like your qualifications?
His smile, his eyes, and maybe his tallness.
Tallness, okay.
Yeah.
How tall?
Between 5'10" and higher. For me, I like it taller, but if he's small and like my heights and he's really kind and everything, no problem.
How tall are you?
5'7".
5'7".
Yeah.
Okay. How tall is too tall? Or is there such a thing?
No.
No?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
What are your deal breakers?
A man that is really hairy. I don't like that.
You don't like hairy men?
No. No.
Any particular place or just hairy all over?
Like when a man has a lot of hair in his back, I don't like it.
Do you think there are quality men out there worthy of dating nowadays?
Yes.
Okay.
You have to search it, but yes, some men are good.
Should a man pay for the first date?
It depends if the girl's gonna put out or not, I would say.
How would you know though?
Just on the vibe they're putting off, I would say. Yeah.
Okay, have you ever asked a girl to pay for half of the bill?
Of course.
Okay.
Of course. I don't think the guy should automatically pay for the first date.
When you did that, did you get a second date?
Most of the time, no. I don't think it's the right move to do, but you know.
So where do you take girls on a first date?
Anywhere that's cheap, usually. Maybe Chuck E. Cheese. I'm from Canada.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so something cheap. No, I'm kidding. Maybe like the movie. I say movies are probably the worst first date because I like to talk.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
so I
right.
don't
How
think
would you
you-
know someone if
Yeah, I
you're
don't think you
watching
can
a
really
movie?
get to know anyone if you're just watching a movie or something. So I'd say something fun, something you can do together. Maybe like mini putt. I think mini putt's fun.
Okay. Hypothetically, you ask this girl on a date.
Yes.
She's a single mom.
Okay.
She asks you to pay for her Uber and for her babysitter. Would you do it? Let's say
No.
she's hot, like.
I'd say bring the kid to dinner instead. I'd rather have dinner with the kid than pay for a dinner babysitter. Then I know if I can put up with the kid too, and if he's like
True.
a good kid or if he's a little shithead, then I'm like, oh, maybe that's the way the mom's treating him too. So
Yeah, smart
yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Do you agree that 80% of women
Okay.
only like 20% of men?
I could see that. I say women look for. I could say that. Yeah. I'd say that. I could say that, but I also think some girls date down.
Oh,
Because
okay.
I think if you're funny,
Yeah.
if the guy's funny, I think a girl would rather that too. I think that's a
Funny
big
is the
thing.
new sexy,
Yeah,
apparently.
yeah.
Do you agree?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's how I get girls too, because I can tell jokes and stuff like that. I'm not tall. Girls like height, but sometimes funny replaces height, so that helps.
Yeah, I totally agree. Okay, so what should the rest of the guys do though, if only 20% of them are desirable to 80% of women?
Go gay.
Go get it!
No, I'm just kidding. Just be yourself, be funny. I think you have to have a good personality. I think
Okay.
that's big, and the looks are going to go away sooner or later anyways. So you don't want to date someone for their looks because they're not always going to be there.
Okay, what about if they go to a different country?
Have fun.
Have fun. Is it easier for men to date or women?
I'd say woman, just because I think woman can pick like a prettier woman can pick like an ugly guy and just like
Right.
that. But an ugly guy goes up to a pretty woman, it's not going to happen.
So where do you meet people? Is it easier to meet people nowadays because of social media or not?
I think, well, it's definitely easier. Like, there's a whole bunch of dating apps out there, but sometimes they don't go anywhere. Like, you can get 100 matches and you're not going to go on one date
Right.
just because it doesn't happen. I don't think the bar scene is as big as it was.
No?
For relationships, maybe if you want a one-night stand. So I
Right.
think it's kind of hard now. And, like, I work from home, so it's not like I go out to work or anything like that. So it's harder. I think it's harder to meet people.
What do you think women don't understand about men?
I think that we don't care as much as they think we do, or they do. Like, I think sometimes we're just easygoing.
Oh, yeah?
We just want to do our thing. Like, sometimes if we want to spend time together, that's good. But sometimes
Right.
we just don't need our time. And it's not that we don't love them or don't want to do that. I think it's just that sometimes we just need time ourselves or time to the boys, as some people would say.
So, but it doesn't mean to say that you don't care about their feelings.
Yeah.
Okay. Should a man pay for the first date?
Absolutely. Well,
Okay.
okay, here's the thing. On the first date, I will always bring money,
Okay.
but never let them know. Because I'm never gonna be stuck stranded. That's one thing.
Right.
Never gonna be stuck stranded. But I'm definitely not gonna offer up that money.
What would you feel if they ask you to pay for half?
I'd say I'm paying for me, and then I'd block their number.
Okay. So you'll never give them a
No.
second date?
No, the first date is a way to make a good first impression, show you're a gentleman.
Mm-hmm.
If you ask me to split it, no, I'll pay for mine and then I'm gone. Don't get me wrong, I'm a strong, independent woman, but I expect for the first date, yeah, especially if he has a better paying job than me.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it also depends on that.
How much should it cost for a first date?
I'm not expecting him to like fly me to Dubai or anything, but like $200, $300, that's good. Like that pays for like a nice fancy restaurant.
Where do you prefer to meet guys? Online, in person?
The bar.
The bar?
Yeah, I like the bar.
Why?
Let me explain, okay?
Okay.
You find some crazy people there, and when you're drunk, I think you see my full personality when I'm drunk. And like,
Oh.
if you like me while I'm drunk, then you're gonna love me sober. So,
Is it important for you to date a man who's earning a lot?
Yeah.
Would you date someone who's not earning a lot or who's making less than you?
You know what? I have dated somebody that's earned less than me. Never doing it again. So you got to make at least twice the amount I make, because
Okay.
I'm not taking care of you. I'm not
Okay.
cooking, cleaning, taking care of the house, and paying for all of it. Not happening.
Hypothetically, let's say you have a child and a guy asks you out. Would you require him to pay for your Uber and for your babysitter to go on a date with him?
I mean, I think that's a bit extreme. If he wants to, like, if we're drinking and he wants to pay for my Uber home, like, that's all good, fine, and dandy. But like I said, on the first date, I don't go in the same car with any man, because I've seen those documentaries and they never end well. So I am not going in the same car as him. But my babysitter, like, no, like, he has a dad. The dad can watch him.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think men don't understand about women?
They think we want, like, the hottest, strongest guys. I can't say that's not true. Like, some girls do go for that.
Right.
But some girls go for dogs. Like, just dogs. Like, but you know what? I've been there. I date dogs, so it's fine. But
Why did you do it?
Good question. You know what? It might be a mixture of, like, not feeling confident in myself. And then eventually it got to the point where I was like, yeah, no, I'm hotter, I'm smarter, I make more than you. Yeah, I don't need to be doing this, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Should a man pay for the first date?
They should offer.
They should
At
offer?
least offer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it easier to date nowadays now that social media is everywhere, like Instagram, TikTok, or is it
No,
harder?
I think that makes it harder because it's
How so?
easier. It's like everybody's they have so much access to other people. So like if you're dating someone, you don't know who he could be texting, who
Right.
he could be interested in online. I
Uh-huh.
think social media makes it harder for sure. Oh no! No!
No. It's okay. It's okay. It got wet. That's fine. The show must go on. How much should a first date cost?
Honestly, I don't think it would be under $100. Like a restaurant.
Like a restaurant,
I
so-
don't think it would be under 100.
No.
It depends. It depends.
Okay. So hypothetically, you have you're single, you have a child, and there's a guy that asked you on a date. Would you send him your Cash App or your Zelle to say, hey, you should pay for my Uber and my babysitter for me to go on a date with you?
No.
No.
Maybe the Uber, but not the babysitter because like it's my child. So that's my responsibility. It's not his. So I'll pay for the babysitter because I'm the one going on the date. You know.
Okay.
Maybe the Uber. Maybe.
Maybe the Uber. Okay, but
But
not
that's about it. Yeah, not the babysitter.
not the babysitter. Okay. If the man is paying for the date, does it mean like he's paying for your companionship?
In a way, yeah.
There is a term for that. You're paying for someone's companionship. Oh
I
well.
don't know.
Would you consider dating online?
No.
No.
No, I've watched too many catfish episodes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm too scared. I'm nervous. No.
So if you're looking, where would you go to meet people?
I would probably go to the mall.
The
Because it's
mall.
so casual, like people just shopping, you know what I'm saying? It's just a casual thing. Me personally, I would feel more comfortable like walking up to somebody in the mall, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
So what about your friends? Where do they go to meet people?
They go to the club.
They go
They go to the club. They go,
to the club, okay.
Yeah. They go to where the parties are, wherever other people my age are, that's where they go.
Okay. Do you believe that 80% of women only like 20% of men?
Yeah, I think I do think that. I agree. Because it's like, I don't know, I feel like women have a lot of high standards. Or not necessarily high standards, but they have specific standards. And I feel like if a man is not, if they don't fall in those categories and they just, they don't
Okay.
even acknowledge them. I don't really know a guy that has a lot of standards for the woman that he dates. They just like look at a girl and like, hey, let's go on a date. Hey, I like you. Let's go.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
If that's the case, if women only, 80% of the women only like 20% of men, what should the rest of the men do?
Have fun being single or get used to being single. I don't know. I really don't know.
Should a man pay for the first date?
I think yes.
Okay. So how much should it cost for a first date?
I'm not picky, like at all. We could seriously go to McDonald's and have a great time if that's all that he could afford. I think it's just, how you're feeling in the moment, and yeah.
What would you order? A Happy Meal?
Heck yeah, I would. It definitely does not matter. I think it's the personality and all of that stuff. So I definitely don't take any of that into play at all. So
Okay, so hypothetically, if you're single,
yes.
would you go out with a guy who makes less than you?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think as long as, like you feel like both incomes, like you can have a good life, you can support your kids. Just that's kind of what I look for, but I don't think that there should be a difference. Like if I make more, I'm not going to look at him any less because everyone does something different. So
You're single,
Okay.
you have a child,
Okay.
a guy asks you on a date.
okay.
Would you tell him or would you require him to pay for your babysitter or for your Uber?
Absolutely not. Nope.
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 Okay.
That's on me.
Do you think that 80% of women only like 20% of men?
I definitely think there are standards, like for women definitely have standards of like, they have to make this much, they have to do this. I think, yeah, I would probably answer yes to that, yes.
So what should the rest of the guy do if only?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I honestly have no idea.
Okay.
I honestly have no idea.
What if they go overseas to look for love? Is it okay for most women here?
Yeah, I would say yes. Yeah.
Okay. Is it easier to date nowadays considering the social media?
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
Did you get a lot of messages from the guys?
I would say I was only on there for a few days. It was in 2020 when COVID was like a big thing. No one left their house, and I was like, well, what do I do now? So I made a Tinder account, but I will say there was a lot of people that I did not entertain just because of the things that were said. I'm like, all right, like, yeah, I definitely didn't entertain some of them, but there was a few.
Okay. Is it true that Tinder is like a booty call dating app here in the US?
I would say, especially in places like this, like Daytona Beach, it depends on where you are because like in my hometown, there's not really anywhere to go to have, you know what I mean? There's not really anything to do, but like
Okay.
here, this type of atmosphere, I would say it
Kind of
is for a booty call, yes. I'm definitely the type of person that like goes with like my gut feeling and like my heart and stuff like that. I'm not a type of person that's just like, oh, I'm just dating to have fun.
Okay.
So yeah, I would say guy-wise, it's easier for them to like turn the feelings off if it doesn't work out. Does that
do you
make
think,
sense?
Yeah, but do you think it's easier to approach women than women approaching men?
I would never approach a man. But that's just me. I don't, and I like to think that I do have balls, but I definitely don't think that I can do that.
Yeah, it's the same thing for us culturally because it's a big no-no to approach
Yeah.
a man.
Yes.
You'll be crucified if you do
Yes,
that. My
yes.
parents are gonna be.
Yes.
What do you think men don't understand about dating women?
Can I say whatever I want to say?
Oh yeah.
I think that they don't understand like having sex is a big thing for girls and like opening up and like doing that is a really big thing, and I think it's a lot easier for them to just be like, all right, yeah, we did, and then walk away. I think like girls go with their heart and their feelings more, and like once I've opened that up to you, like now we have like an invisible string. Like we did that, now we have an invisible string. And
Okay.
if like you just left and we're like, all right, bye, see ya, never see you again, like my feelings would definitely be hurt. Yeah.
In your opinion, who should pay for the first date? Should it be the man or the woman?
Definitely the man.
Okay. And how much should it cost?
It depends on how much he's valuing that woman.
Okay. All right. So, where would you take a woman on a first date?
Nothing extravagant.
Nothing extravagant.
Nope.
What about a walk in the park or just coffee
Yes,
date?
somewhere I could talk to her and see where her interest is at.
Okay.
You know?
So, in this day and age, is it easier to date with, social media and Instagram and TikTok?
I think you can meet people but not date.
Oh, okay.
You can meet them socially, but you have to date. Dating is dating.
Do you believe that 80% of the women are only attracted to 20% of men?
Yep.
How so?
Because men don't give a lot nowadays to be attracted to,
Ah, okay.
as far as being males.
So is it easier for a woman to get a date than the man?
Of course, because a man is going to receive a woman's flirting or whatever as, let me take her out to get what I want.
What if you ask a woman on a date and she has a child,
Uh-huh.
and then she asks you to pay for her Uber and for her babysitter? Would you do it?
Not at the beginning.
Not at the beginning.
Not just off. If on the first date and she asks me to do so many things, it's really a big turnoff.
Okay.
Because I got to get to know you
Okay.
before we ask all these crazy things to be done. So
Okay, so what if you only have an hour before the date and you didn't know this beforehand and she sent you her Zelle, her Cash App? What would you do? Would you cancel the date or
I will cancel the date.
and just say
You
no?
got to be prepared. A date is being prepared to go out.
Okay.
So if I'm asking you on a date, you would prepare yourself to be going on that date.
Okay.
And me, you sending me a Cash App or Zelle and all that, you're not ready to go on the date.
Is it like a deal breaker if the woman is wearing a ton of makeup on a first date?
For me, yes.
Why?
She's covering up.
Right. Okay.
Makeup is what? You're making yourself up.
Up. Exactly.
That's exactly what it is. So
Okay.
if she's wearing too much makeup on the first date, you're covering yourself up. If I want natural, organic, I'm not looking for makeup.
Okay.
I'm looking for natural and organic.
So what do you need from a woman?
Consistency.
Consistency.
Yeah, consistency.
I love that. Can men and women be friends? Just friends?
No.
No? So those answers really surprised me. Almost every woman said it doesn't matter how much a man makes, if you could believe them. But the most surprising of all is that both sexes said there were plenty of quality people just waiting to go on a date. Well, that's it for today, and I'll be back on Tuesday with another episode. Till then, folks. If you think about it, I'm kind of like a Hooters girl without the Hooters, serving you exactly what you need. A double shot of hot, fresh content twice a week. The only thing I ask for my service is a thumbs up on this video, subscribing to my channel, and hitting the notification bell so you know when your next meal is ready. If you want to become one of my favorite customers, please check out my Patreon page for extra content and exclusive features. To help you decide what to order, check out this delicious assortment of great choices. Now, what can I get ya?